your host for Public Pulse, Floyd Whiting.
Good morning and welcome to the Pulse. Now, according to Dementia Wyoming, 9,400 people are currently living with Alzheimer's disease in the Cowboy State. This does not include those living with other types of dementia. 28,000 unpaid caregivers are supporting those living with Alzheimer's, and this number is decreasing drastically, creating a greater need for our involvement, community involvement. By 2025, 13,000 people will have Alzheimer's disease, a 39% increase, and the ninth highest in the U.S. 70% of all those living with dementia continue to live within the community, not within an institution. And 1 in 7 of those lives alone. In Sheridan, almost 25% of the population will be 65 years or older by 2025. Joining me this morning to talk about what we can do locally regarding dementia and care is the Hub on Smith educator, Heather Comstock. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the show this morning. Such an important issue, one that I feel we don't address enough within the healthcare industry. I couldn't imagine having to live with something like this. It seems, as we were discussing before the show, something that you work against is that seeming hopelessness that people can start to feel as they're either diagnosed with this or start to experience it. Many people have heard of Alzheimer's disease, but there are also other causes of dementia. What are those? And I know we probably don't know all of them, but...
Well, there's a lot of ways to roam. So when someone's experiencing dementia, I also call it brain change. There's a lot of factors that can happen, right? What happened in that person's life? Did they have a history of alcohol use? Did they have a history of drug use? Is it in the family? Is it in their genes? There are so many ways that a person gets to a health crisis. And I want to back up real quick and say thank you to all of the healthcare practitioners
Absolutely.
that are supporting us. It's overwhelming, I think, especially as generation, the baby boomer generation comes on tap. And I want to acknowledge that while we cannot cure this condition, there's a whole lot we can do to increase quality of life through education and awareness and skill building.
And that was that fighting against that hopelessness that we were talking about before the show. Right. Because I sometimes, and that was my fault, because to me, if something like this were to happen to me, that's the feeling I would get, like an impending doom almost. And that's not the way that we should go forward, is it? I mean, obviously not, but I mean, building on that,